Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by
Animals have the ability to smell scent half a mile away. But what good is an attractant if the animals have to be close to smell it? Introducing an industry-first vapor system. Vapor lasts longer and travels farther. Wind Scent by Fourth Arrow. Active vapor for deadly success.
Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We've got a really cool show this week, very unique, all brand new. We're going to spend almost the entire episode in the northeast part of the Lower Peninsula for the late season elk hunt. Now that just happened this past Saturday. Gabe Van Warmer and Jordan Brown were up there with cameras rolling. You won't want to miss this week's show. And I think we're going to have time for a bragging board segment as well. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan Out of Doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream. It's the love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor since 1988, featuring varieties of homemade sausage, jerky, brats, and gourmet entrees. Holiday gift boxes can be assembled in-store or online. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show Detroit, January 11th through 14th at Novi's Suburban Collection Showplace. This show features fishing tackle, trips, boats, and seminars from top pros. The Ultimate Fishing Show, Novi, January 11th through 14th. By KL Outdoor, a Muskegon manufacturer of sportsman's outdoor products for over 30 years, featuring the Terrain line of hard-sided hunting blinds designed for quick setup and removal with quiet operation. For more information and other products, kloutdoor.com.
Michigan-based Vanguard manufactures an array of binoculars, ranging in size and design, and backed by a lifetime warranty. Discover Vanguard sporting optics at vanguardworld.us.
Hi, I'm Jordan Brown, and we kick off this week's show in the Atlanta area for the annual late season elk hunt here in Michigan. This time around, Gabe and I were both up there with cameras rolling. On opening morning, I went straight to Atlanta with plans of heading right to the check station, but that changed when I saw a successful hunter hanging the first elk on the pole.
Well, last night we went out scouting in the afternoon, found where they were at, went back to the same area this morning, found them before shooting light, backed out, went in there, had to wait for them to clear a little bit. They were bunched up and didn't want to take a shot in amongst the herd. Got this one off to the side, about 110 yards, and she was quartering hard away. Took the shot. You could tell she was hit hard, and she went 40, 50 yards, piled up.
After checking out Ron's elk, I headed to the check station where I would spend most of the day. Meanwhile, Gabe was with a bull hunter, hoping to fill a tag.
The late season elk opener started out early at the Elkhorn restaurant in Vanderbilt. Several lucky tag holders had gathered for a quick cup of coffee before hitting the woods. A nice blanket of fresh snow had fallen in the North Country the night before, and snow conditions were perfect for nice, quiet stalks through the woods.
Go back into this clear cut, and hopefully the animals are there. Maybe get a crack at one. Hopefully.
Right at legal shooting light, we eased back into the clear cut that James had scouted out where elk had been feeding lately. The key to getting on these Michigan elk is knowing where they've been hanging out recently. Good friend John Warner of Bath was the lucky bull tag holder on this trip. Not having the time to drive up and scout all the time, he found local guide James Bunker to put him on a nice bull.
Well, we pulled in here and the elk were a little closer than what we thought. So therefore we jumped them, but we got to look at them. A bunch of small bulls, 6 or 7 small bulls were back there. So nothing John's looking for anyways.
What's playing?
We're going to go up and check this other cutting out right now. Hopefully they're in there. This is a fresh cut up here, so hopefully.
The Michigan elk hunt often turns into a spot and stalk deal. Trucks are used to cover miles of unproductive areas and slip through vast areas checking for tracks to follow. Luck was on our side as we spotted 5 nice bulls on a hillside. This is a sight not many people in Michigan get to see.
One in front's a 6 by 6 on. Five bulls out feeding in the clear cut. Bunch of nice bulls. I gotta show you a stick.
Only takes one.
Sit there. Sit here, like.
Looks good, yeah.
Steps out a little bit more. You come up there. I'll look at him a little bit more. There's 2 up there. Yeah. There's one all the way to the right there. He's gonna step out here in a minute in the straight lane. Here he comes. Here we go, John, take him.
He'll stop.
He's gonna stop at the top of the hill.
I can't see his shoulder right there.
Just give him a bit.
Just standing.
When he steps out, don't wait for me. I'm on it, okay?
Okay.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Right here.
Should I shoot while he's stepping?
Move to the right. Move over to the right.
I'm gonna take the shot right now. What's that? I don't think it was a very good shot.
He's gonna walk straight away from us. There we go. Get him again.
Kind of a angled shot right in.
We made our way up the hill to where the bull had disappeared. It appeared as though John might be able to get another shot into the bull to put him down.
Wide open. Shoot. There's a ball.
Nice job, John.
Thanks.
Way to go. See?
That's a momentum there.
Yeah. Michigan elk. It's last time I'll be able to do that.
Not many people have been able to do that. That's awesome. Good job, John.
Thanks. Where do you want me to be?
Get right in
Right on the
where
other
I'm at.
side there.
You can get in there, Gabe.
What do you think, John?
I think it's a nice one.
Man, congratulations.
Thanks.
Once in a lifetime.
Yes, it is.
Man.
Early on the first morning, too.
That's for sure.
So how long you been with these bulls? Tell me, you have got a history with this one, huh?
Yep, I have it shed at home actually. That side. Never did find this side of it, but do have that side of it. Last year's shed.
You keep track of these bulls pretty good, don't you?
Yeah. I'm always out here chasing for their horns or hunting them.
That's very cool.
Now it was time for the hard part, getting this big bull dragged out of the woods. While dragging it out, James got a call from a local landowner who had had a group of cows bed down on a hill behind his house. So we got John's bull loaded up and drove right over. Thomas Rissman was holding the cow tag, and he had brought along his Ruger 450 Bushmaster for the hunt.
Go back around and clean it out.
Which one you shoot?
Look at the one that just turned. Yeah, the one that's walking. Okay. Once he steps down that other cow. Which one? The one that just stood up? Either one that stood up. There's one behind it. Yeah, take the one behind it. Get her again if you can.
Should I do another one?
Nope, sit down.
That was a second. What do you think?
It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. I wish I could cuss to tell you more about it, but
That is awesome. Congratulations, man.
thank you.
Nice shooting.
We came up, there was what, 8 or 9 of them out here?
Yep.
We came up, it was about a 170-yard shot. Picked the nice one out and took her down. It was nice for the landowner to let us out here.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh, nice when they allow that.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice when the landowners cooperate and allow us hunters to come in here and take them off their land, wrecking stuff all the time.
It's official. This is crazy. Still haven't wrapped my head around it all the way.
We couldn't have asked for a better day in the North Country. It's always amazing to see a majestic Michigan elk. The conditions were perfect on this opener, and it was apparent as the activity in Atlanta was really picking up.
We're here in Atlanta at the elk check station for our December elk hunt, and we are checking our elk. Successful elk hunters come in, bring their elk to the check station. We get an age, location information, talk about the hunt a little bit with the hunters, and we are also kind of a clearinghouse, letting people know what's going on during the hunt if You'll see in some of the photos probably that we have a lot of people just spectating, wanting to see the elk coming in. And we're doing this as our elk management. This is our population hunt. The entire elk range is open during this hunt, so we are managing our elk population through hunting. You're looking at this back cusp and this tooth here. This tooth has been replaced, and this back cusp is worn. The way I do it is we have a lot of experience aging deer in Michigan, so I look at what it would look like as a deer, and they wear differently, so you add years to the, depending on what it looks like as a deer. I would age this as a 3-year-old deer, so I would add at least a year to that. So it's gonna be a 4.5-year-old elk. And then what we do is we take a tooth, one of these front incisors, and we'll get the age from the lab on that as well.
One of the first hunters into the check station was a very lucky 15-year-old with a cow elk tag, and it's someone you may recognize from last year's Big Buck Night.
So yeah, we came in and we were getting ready to go to our original spot, and we got a call from our guide saying we've got cows at a different spot, so park at his house, he'll be there. And he picked us up. We got ready because they're in a field. There was a little like patch of woods that they were gonna cross to try and get some water. So they crossed it, came over to get some water, and I shot him. I shot her at 250 yards away, leaving the watering hole. I'm 15 years old. I was on your Big Buck Night at Novi last year as well.
After a few hours at the check station, we finally had our first bull come in, and there were several more right behind him.
We weren't allowed to hunt on the property that they're at, but we were able to get them to cross the road, and after that it was kind of a waiting game, you know, trying to get them to separate, and well, we weren't able to get them to separate, and they ended up taking off about 3 miles across the field, and we ended up, we had a gentleman end up getting one from that herd, and we ended up finding another small group of bulls that was separate from the herd, and we ended up going over there, and I took a couple shots, missed, had about 150 yards, nerves, you know, really shaking. And we had to go around on the other side of the field, and I was able to take another shot at him, 250 yards, and was able to drop him. Went about 20 yards, and he just dropped right there. It was a dream come true. Couldn't believe it when my name was when we looked up online and saw that my name was drawn. It's just crazy, you know, once in a lifetime opportunity to do this, and I'm so excited and so thankful for this opportunity.
Had a great hunt, got up about 6 o'clock, met up with a guide at 7. At first light we could see some cows out in the field. Took a little while till it got bright enough and we could locate some bulls, but when we found them there were 4 bulls together. It took some time to get a good shot, and picked out the largest bull, and that's the one that I brought into the check today. Yeah, I'll never forget logging in, checking the points, and saying that I drew a tag, and the first time I read it I couldn't believe it. Had to log out, log back in, checked it again, read it again, and after that I started texting everybody I knew saying I got a tag. So that was a long 12 years waiting for one.
This year we have 100 elk tags in December, and we had 100 available in the fall hunt as well, so a total of 200 elk potential to be taken. That was the same as last year, but we had increased that as a result of some of our survey results from our elk aerial survey that we do. And so we're working on managing the population through this hunt. So the first season was pretty successful in spite of warm temperatures. We had I believe around 74-75% of the elk hunters were successful in that hunt. And so far this season, we've been pretty steady this morning. We're going to wait and see what happens this afternoon and tomorrow. I expect tomorrow morning we'll be pretty busy too.
After checking in several really nice bulls, The next one in line would be one of the biggest checked in all day.
About 8:15 it was spotted on a tract of land that we didn't have permission in a wood lot, and went around, and where we got permission we was in an open field, and they finally come through, and there was 6 other bulls with this bull. He was the biggest in my guesstimation, and he popped over a fence and running through the pasture, and he was 100 yards, 125, just kind of loping, I should say, and made a good shot on it. Went 80 yards and dropped. 29 years I put in for this bull, and every year right at drawing date I'm looking, and I got that packet in the mail. My wife hands it to me when I'm in a chair, and she threw it in my lap, and I did the boogie dance. I was like, do you know what this is? And explained that to her, and my excitement, she just couldn't figure it out. But yeah, I can't tell you the excitement I had. Never thought I'd draw, and I did, and it came out real good.
Well, I got Drew, and I'm originally from Gaylord, so it was a pretty close hunt, and I kind of knew where the elk were, so we rolled in there and waited till daylight, walked in and seen the 3 bulls, and I picked out the one I wanted and took 3 shots, and that was it. Unbelievable. I mean, you can't really explain the feeling. It was just like once in a lifetime thing.
Process of the tag, well, instead of the state lottery, it went through a tribal lottery, and they have, well, since nobody filled the bull tag for the September hunt, that made me eligible for the winter hunt, and I was, fortunate enough to get that. The hunt this morning, went as good as it could have gone, really. I mean, sun came up around 7:45 or so, riding around for a couple hours, checked out some spots, and just happened to, stumble across that beautiful bull there.
We're still here at the Atlanta Check Station. It's about 2:30-ish, and we've had a busy day. It's been going steady all afternoon. Lots of nice bulls coming in, nice heavy cows, nice healthy animals coming into the check station here. Happy hunters and happy wildlife biologists.
Well, it was a great opening day to the late elk season here in Michigan. Congratulations to all the successful hunters, and good luck to the hunters still out there.
Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. Now, if you missed the show over the last couple of weeks, maybe you're up at deer camp or wherever, you can always check us out online at michiganoutofdoorstv.com. We have full episodes of the show there every week, along with some other fun stuff. And if you want to check us out on a day-to-day basis, we're on social media, kind of updating you as we travel this great state, try to bring you as many brand new episodes of Michigan Out of Doors as we can. If we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Metalloid Firearms and Sports, developers of environmentally friendly firearm maintenance products for cleaning and protecting your firearm's metal, as well as wood and leather components. On the web at metalloidfirearmsproducts.com. By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971, with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's. On the web at jaysportinggoods.com. By the Michigan Petroleum Association and the National Oil Heat Research Alliance, advocating the advantages of oil heat for home and environment through products like BioHeat Oil, which blends biodegradable materials into a renewable fuel source. Learn more at oilheatamerica.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man.